Hello guys, and welcome back again for another how-to video. This is another one that I've been asked a few times to make a video on. It is how to load and secure, equipment or a load on your trailer. So that's what we're going to be doing today. It was supposed to be like a really crappy day today, a bunch of freezing rain, very high potential power outages. We're not getting any freezing rain. We've got some ice pellets earlier on, and now it's just rain. It's cold, but we're gonna make it work. We have an excavation job to get done tomorrow. We're going to do a mulching job tomorrow, so I got to get the excavator loaded onto the trailer. So what we're gonna be doing, guys, is we're gonna be loading my 8-ton Kubota onto my 30-foot gooseneck trailer here with my 550. This truck is in the way. I'm not gonna be able to make that turn, so I'm gonna pull this truck out of the way and then hook up to this guy, and then we'll get this excavator loaded on and ready to go for tomorrow. So I'm going to do a few things today that I've done my whole life. Going to continue to do. Other guys out there will use different ways of doing it. I'm not saying my way is right. I'm just saying that this is how I do it. We'll talk about that as I go on. I do things, a couple things, a little over of what you need to do, but it's worked for me, so that's what I continue to do. So first off, you want to be sitting on as flat ground as what you can. Now, if you don't have flat ground to work with, you can use blocks, you can block your wheels. In this case, I honestly wouldn't need to block my wheels, but I'm going to anyway. So, if anything, just looking at this, it's probably not going to go ahead much. I'm going to block my back wheel on my truck with this guy. I do have the park brake locked as well. And then I'll use my rubber tire chocks. And I'm going to put one in one in back, and one in front of my front dually. So that will keep the trailer from shimmying back and forth. Another thing about being on even ground is your ramps will actually drop if you don't have hydraulic dovetail like our buddy Sam there at V-Belt & Son. He's got a beautiful new Diamond C trailer with hydraulic dove. Because if you're not sitting on even ground, these ramps might not even go down. The bottom foot will hit and won't allow the ramp to drop. So now we're ready to load our excavator on. We got our chains and stuff all set up there. Okay. So vision isn't the best. You always want to know your area where you're working, and I know, this being my yard, I know that there's power lines right here. So, you want to make sure of your surroundings before you start doing any of this. So now that you've sort of determined some potential hazards that you might run into, so you got your power lines up here. Now when I get on the trailer, I'm going to have to swing my boom, because I'm going to load with my boom in the back and my blade in the front. So obviously with your power lines there, you don't want to swing that way. You'll want to swing this way. So we're going to get loaded up on the trailer. I'm actually going to idle it down a little bit, because I don't need to go on there that fast. You can use your foot pegs or your hand controls, whatever you want, and you want to line up nice and even with your trailer, of course. Keep an eye on your boom. get up to a certain point, you're gonna sort of teeter, and this is where some guys they can lose their dinner. So now I'm just watching, make sure I'm even on both sides of the trailer. Keep an eye on my boom in the front, that it's not hitting anything. Okay, so I'm dropping my blade a little bit. Okay, now I can kind of see my old marks where I always load this thing. So right about there is good. My boom is not hitting anything. Now, of course, remember, power lines are up there, so I'm not going to swing that way. Now, when you do swing, swing nice and slow and tuck your boom in, because you want the weight in as close to your machine and your trailer as you can. If you get your boom stretched way out, there is a chance that you could slide off the trailer or even just tip the machine right over. So go nice and easy, swinging around here. I gotta watch out for this one tree. We're good. Again, still nice and easy, nice and easy, nice and easy. Now, I know from experience that if I curl my boom in right now, I'm not gonna be able to close my doors. So I'm gonna go down now, put my ramps up, and then I know I'm good. You get your ramps up, remember to put your block back in place, or your bracket or whatever, hold these on. If you want to keep it from sort of doing a little shimmy, you can throw a strap over top just so it quiets down. Okay, now just looking at it, I am a little bit closer to the passenger side than I am to the driver's side, but it's like a difference of a couple inches. That's not really going to matter much, but I am, for the purpose of this, I am just going to shimmy it back and forth and get myself centered better. I'm pretty much dead center there right now. Now I'm going to check my front, make sure my blade is where I want it. Yeah, the blade's basically exactly where I want it. So what you want in the end is you want the center of your weight to be basically just a little bit ahead of your axles, which it is. So I'm a little bit ahead of my axle. I'll end up curling my boom back around, but for now, I'm gonna get my chains done. Okay guys, so this is one of those things where I said I do, but you don't need to do. Some guys don't do it, never done it, never will. So I'm actually going through my anchor points and I'm actually crossing my chains. A lot of guys will just, chain from here to here, a straight chain, same as the other side, and do that on all four corners. And you can do that, that's no problem. But what I do, and I've always done, I've always crossed my chains, I've always gone to my actual anchor point. Some machines don't, so you hook onto the track or whatever. Nice and tight. So what you want to make sure too is if you're using these ratchet binders, that's getting pretty close. That's a little too close to the end for what I like. So I will end up taking these basically all the way out. If you wind these all the way in, you can get them locked in place, and then it could be very tough to get them unlocked. So you can take them like all the way out, and that way it gives you more room to work with too. If you don't give yourself enough room to work with, you can get to the end and your chain's still not tight. Then you got to start all over again. See guys, she is nice and tight. Now what I can do is I can curl my boom in. Okay, so you want to have your machine, you know, sort of sitting as straight as what it can, and your boom in the center. So you can see that this is twisted a little bit. So you got foot pedals here. You can turn your machine. Boom's over a little ways too far. You can bring your boom back in the center of the trailer. Machine's nice and straight, right there. Drop her back down, and she is ready to be chained down. Also, you don't want your load sticking out over your trailer too much. If you do, make sure you ribbon it off. This is like perfectly flush to where I want it to be on the trailer. So now I got two chains here left to do, one chain in front. I'll put those on and then I'll skip to the end. So she's loaded on. This will go back in the box, didn't end up using it. So I got, same as that. So I got my chains crossed, binder on each end. Again, guys, you don't have to cross your chains. You could go from here to there, whatever you want to do. This is just what I do. Make sure your tracks are nice and clean. You got nothing hanging off. Your excavator's gonna fall off during transport. You can take your blocks out now, you're done. Again, chains crossed to the actual anchor points, and I've got a binder over top of my boom. You can use a strap, just make sure it's a decent weight rating. You do need something over top of that. That's just the way she goes, guys. But that's it, you're done. Your machine is on the trailer legally and good to go. I know my height is good. I know the stuff already, but check your laws and your regulations where you're at and make sure your height's good. Make sure you give yourself enough room to curl your boom over, because if you don't, your boom's sticking up high, you can be over your height, and then you get pulled into the scales, pulled over by DOT, you're in a world of hurt. But anyway, guys, that's it. That's done. It took me 15 minutes max from the time I left the house. We got out and moved the trucks around, got the machine loaded on. Your first time doing it, you're not gonna be that fast, but you can get pretty quick. But anyway, guys, that's another little how-to video. Anything else you wanna know, let me know, and if I got time, I'll make a video. Most of the time, I'm doing this stuff anyway for work, so it's very easy for me to do a video on it. Let me know about how you like the POV cam on my head while I was doing it. But anyway, guys, as always, that's it. Please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Take care, stay safe, and we'll see you next time. Bye.